Hello everyone and welcome to Hutch's Garage for episode 20 of my 1954 International Harvester Farmall Super MTA tractor restoration. In this episode I show how I lap the valves and then show how to install the valves. This video was taken earlier in the year. After cutting the valve seats, it's time to lap the valves. I'm going to show you how to do this number 3 cylinder intake valve. So I grab the box. I'm going to mark 3 on here because this is for cylinder number 3, and then I'll also mark the valve. So let's get it out of here. In a plastic bag. As you can see, the seat on this valve is very shiny, and lapping the valves will make a tighter seal when the valve closes. And what this lapping will do, it also dull this finish and match the valve to the seat as best as possible. So I have some valve grinding compound from Permatex. It's 80037, and it goes from a 150 grit. And as you go along, it can work itself down to 220 grit. So I'm just putting a little bit on here all around the valve. That should be enough because we're going to spin it around. Then you want to oil the stem of the valve. That should be enough. Bring the valve down. I'm going to try to catch it if it slides down. Get some of this extra gook off my fingers. Then I'll take my lapping tools, suction cup, place on the valve and get some suction. And the whole idea is you work it back and forth. You may hear a sound change as we go along. If it changes to a little bit quieter sound, that means the lapping compound is broken down into a finer grit. So like I said, it goes from 150 to down around 220 approximately as you use it. And you don't have to do it very long. Alright, let's see what it did. There seems to be grit in there. You don't want that on the valve. But anyway, I reach down here, clean off this grit. Okay. As I clean it off, you can see that's the perfect spot, right basically in the middle of the valve, the seating area. As far as I'm concerned, I'm good with that. Let's see what we got down here. Okay. It has dulled it some. I'm pretty pleased with that. We're going to stop there on this one. As you can see, it doesn't really take that long to do it. When I'm done doing this, I'll take it outside, get some soap and water, and clean it out as best I can. I'll probably use some actually like carburetor cleaner and stuff like that, blow it on that with it first. You need to make sure to run a little rag or something down the valve guides and make sure the grit is out of them. And then hose it down with soapy water, wash it down with soapy water, hose it down, and then dry it off real quick because it'll flash rust on you. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm at the point now that I can put the valves back into the cylinder head. I clean the head with soap and water after I cut the seats, lap the valves down, and so we're ready to start. I put one valve set in already. It's the number 1 cylinder exhaust valve right here. So now we're going to put the intake valve in. This is a new intake valve. You can see where it's been lapped. So I'm going to put a little bit of oil on it, just for initial lubrication. Not a whole lot. Actually, the first thing I need to put in here is the valve seal. I'll go ahead and put the valve in a little bit. So these are Steiner tractor parts valve seals. These seals did not come with the engine rebuild kit that I got for the valves. So I bought these from Steiner. I'm going to put a little bit of oil to help get these things started. They're kind of hard to get on. Just kind of work them around. It didn't completely go on there. Let's get this again. Okay, there we go. Put the valve through it. Up to that point there. There's a keeper like this. It's not the same as a valve keeper. It's a spring clip. It goes there. I'll push the valve all the way in. Now I want to show you one thing. This is a brand new valve spring. And the spring height, you can see it there. This is the original right here. This is a new spring. As you can see, the original spring is a little bit shorter than the new one. So I'm going to put this part on here. This is my valve compression tool. Open the jaws up. Make sure this thing's turned all the way out. Alright, our start. Squeezing the spring. I just want to make sure that seal is on there. Now put the valve spring over. See if I got enough room to get the keepers on, and I do. Here's the bag the new keepers come in. I've already got it open. So I'll slip one keeper. It's right down here. Lift this up a bit. Make sure my valve is there. This is the fun part, getting the last keeper on without dropping it everywhere. Which, there we go already. So now I did get it in there, as you can see. So I'm going to pull back to keep it there, and while I do that, I'm going to release the spring pressure and make sure it goes into its seat right there. have it. Just about there. Take this thing off. Back it out all the way. Alright. As you can see, it's seated real well. Notice that the exhaust valve has a rotator cap, and the intakes do not. That's the way they came from the factory. I'm not sure if it's totally necessary to have a rotator nowadays. So that's how I put the valves back there. I don't even need a compressing device to hold this valve up. There's enough friction and I can hold it with my fingers to get this on here, put the keepers in and the seals, and it works just fine. So there you have, there's one valve put together, and I'll continue on with the next 6. That's all the time we have for in this episode. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, please hit the thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Please continue to join me for the next episode as I restore and rebuild this 1954 International Harvester Farmall Super MTA tractor.